We're live, we're live, we're live. We are live. And I am grateful, grateful, grateful that you decided to join me today. I am wearing the blings because many of you know that today is my bling day. We are going to be blinging tonight. I'm actually teaching a bling class. I am a bling enthusiast. My hobby is bling, and I have just learned some new ways to bling things. And so today I have been like so anxious about blinging and teaching other people to become enthusiastic about bling. And I did not bling these glasses. I bought them with bling, but gotta represent. So I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. Listen, you didn't just come here to talk to me about my bling. I know that. I actually came to share a story with you. It's story time. So welcome to Stories of Overcoming with Lisa Santiago McNeill. I am the coach's coach, and I help people to stand in the power of their truth and enter into the purpose of their destiny. I am excited to bring to you my amazing guest that is coming to us today to share her story. Jeanette Martin is energetic about helping business owners, side gig enthusiasts, and entrepreneurs to share their true, authentic story across the four corners of the globe by helping them to make connections on social media and in their communities. She shows them how to take their in real life business skills and apply them to today's online social media world and beyond. I cannot wait to introduce to you Miss Jeanette Martin. Hey, Jeanette.
Can I just say that I'm your soul bling today, that I'm your spirit bling today in your life? And I did do a little bling for you today. I was very intentful in picking a little bit of bling that was gifted to me. And they're little shiny crystal hearts. So
bling
thank you.
Makes everything better.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Before we get into our fun talk, Jeanette, you have got to tell people about you first.
Okay, good. Tell
them.
Is it all about me now? Oh,
right now it's all about you and what you want everybody to know about you. Go ahead and take a moment to just tell them who you are.
Who am I? Well, my name is Jeanette Y. Martin, and you'll see that I got the Y in there, and it's why not? Because it is my middle name. Yvonne is my middle name. I was born on my grandma's birthday on January 20th, so I have the French version of her name. Her name is Eva Jane. I'm Jeanette Yvonne. And I think ever since I've been backwards, because they say the French language is backwards, is spoken backwards. I live in Aldergrove, British Columbia, which is about 50 kilometers south of the Vancouver, BC, Canada. I can go out my door, walk about a quarter mile. Look, I'm kilometers and miles. You can tell I grew up with miles and then converted to kilometers later in my life.
I don't know how you did it because I'm going from inches to millimeters, and it's making me.
Yes. I can wave with the United States. I'm that close. So I'm your kindred spirits to me, all my friends in the United States. I started my company, MYBC Consulting, back in 2014. I've worked for the best in the business, Lisa, Starbucks, Staples, Eaton's, Reitman's, Delmy's, high-end corporations. And I wanted to have that big box thinking down to that side gig enthusiast, that entrepreneur, that small business person. And I saw you just flashed on the screen, and now it's time to reveal. Does the MYBC stand for My British Columbia? No, that would make far too much sense. It does stand for MoveYourBumChum.com or Move Your Bum Chum. If you go mybcconsulting.com or moveyourbumchum.com, it will go over to my website. And where that name came to be is back in 2014 when I had to register my company. And I don't know about in the United States, but in Canada, they make you kind of do your first choice, second choice, third choice to register your company name. And I'm like, oh, wow, what name? And so many of my friends, Lisa, have asked. They said, Jeanette, how do you do what you do? How do you go to Spain, all expenses paid, to learn about a product you don't even sell? How did you do that? I went, you move your bum chum in the places where that kind of question can be asked. So when I went to register my name, I'm like, oh, MYBC Consulting. So that's how you got to move your bum. You got to move your bum in order for things to happen, for your dreams to go to reality. So that's kind of who I am today. And I just love, much like you, my new recent friend, helping others share their stories to the four corners of this round world is my why in life. Everything I do, that's at my core. How can I help Lisa share her story? How can I help that person share their story? Because the more that we pull our stories together, we build lives, we build change.
Absolutely. But tell me this, even before that, even before you decided that that was what you were going to help people to do, what was the impetus? What was going on in Jeanette's life? What was the backstory, if you will, that caused this to be the direction that you decided to go on?
That's a great question. We'll share a little bit. We'll go back to when I was about 4.5 years old. My birth mother was a paranoid schizophrenic, and my dad, in good graces, divorced my birth mother so she could get help. And at 5 years old, or about 4 3/4, a lady came into our lives, and she became our mom. And I had to overcome not having a whole mom to having a whole mom, if you get my drift, the two different ones in my life, and learning how to overcome that new person in my life, overcome blending a family, because my new mom, or my mom, I call her my mom. She's been my mom for 50 years now. No, actually 52 years. And she had 3 kids. My dad got custody of 4 kids, and we had to overcome what all our personalities were. We had to overcome, oh my gosh, who's going to do what, when, where, and overcome those moments to make a family and to make a family.
Where did you fall in that? Where did you fall in that? What is it? It came out to 7?
Yes. So you ready?
Yeah.
Girl, boy, boy, girl, boy, boy, girl. So
smack
if you
dab in the middle.
I was looking up at my brothers and sisters. I was looking down at my younger brothers and sisters. I was right in the middle. And what did that? The outcome to that is, guess what? I learned compromise. I learned collaboration. I learned cooperation.
You learned the word of the day, which was synergize.
Yes.
Habit number 6 of the 7 habits of highly effective people. You had to, my goodness. Yep. There had to be a lot of synergizing, compromising, and collaboration going on in that home.
And also being I was a tall girl. I'm 5'10". You'd never know sitting down. I don't take up a small part of this beautiful world. And I was always a taller, bigger little girl growing up, and overcoming that. Am I taking up too much space in this world? Is my creativity too wacky for the world? Because when you are a middle child, you mimic what your older brothers and sisters do, their learnings. You act out like your little brothers and sisters, sometimes getting into trouble. So it was like, okay, so how do I fit in? Like, how do I, as a bigger little kid, how do I fit in? And that was, always thinking of ways to step into who I was as this creative little awkward, tall little kid.
Wow. I so totally get that. For me, it was a challenge. It still is. I'm 53 years old, and sometimes I still have a challenge with publicly embracing all of the aspects and elements of my fabulousness. People don't think that. They think, oh, she's always living out loud and everything is great. Honey, if y'all really saw everything, it would be crazy, because we do have a tendency, especially now, particularly in entrepreneurial, to require boxes for people. If you are this, you need to be this, and that's your box. Go play in it.
And if you were to go on my My logo is very unique. It's three mountain ranges. There's two little trees. There's a river. There is a road, and the mountain goes out of the box. So, and that means it takes collaboration, coordination, or collaboration, community, and connection, that I walk the path, but don't put me in a box. I won't put you in a box, and you don't put me in a box, because creativity doesn't happen like that. And there has been many key learnings along my way. Something that in 2003, I don't know about you, Lisa, but when those pivotal birthdays come, I was approaching 40. And you start having those, oh, done that. Ooh, that's not been done. You're not very proud of that. And one was, I went to the end of my grade 12 year and went up on stage, like people were thinking that I graduated, but I didn't graduate high school. And to the outside world, I had graduated high school. So when I was 40, approaching 40, I'm like, girl, you got to go back to school and get your high school diploma, not your GED, which is the equivalent. I'm like, no, you got to go back and get your English. You got to go back and get your science. You got to go back and get whatever elective that they make you get to get your full. It's called a dogwood here in British Columbia. So sure enough, off to adult ed, local school. And the other thing that was really cool is I didn't have to pay for this, because in our country, it is your right to have a grade 12 education. However, you make that happen for yourself. So I didn't have to pay for this, but with my time. And I went and I took my English in the school setting. I took an earth science by correspondence, and there was a running bet with the teachers, because you do the module, you had to go take the test in the school, do the module, go take the test in school. There was a running bet with the school, with the teachers, that I wasn't going to finish. No one had ever finished the course before, because, gotta tell you, earth science, rocks, planets, that kind of stuff. And I was determined. So I passed it. But one of the courses that they make grade 11 and 12 kids get is something called Career Applications 11. So how to write a resume, how to go jobs. And I'm like, I looked at the teacher and I went, are you freaking kidding me? You're going to make me? I'm 40 years old. I have had amazing careers. Are you kidding me? You're going to make me do this? And they're like, okay, tell you what, you're going to write an essay of all your key learnings that you've had thus far in your career. And it was supposed to be 2 pages, double space. Like, just give us a little something. Well, it turned out to be 12 pages, double spaced, because I've had some amazing learnings and overcoming in my career, as something as simple as being fired at the end of a day that I just put in a good day for when I was 19, and thinking, oh, we don't need you anymore. And I'm like, what? I just cleaned your place and now you're letting me go. And I left there and I went, you know what? If ever I'm a boss, I will never fire somebody at the end of the day. That is just wrong. That is just wrong.
You knew when I got here this morning that today was my last day. You're just trying to squeeze out that last little bit, and that sucks. So you did learn some life lessons that didn't only that actually shaped part of your character, I would say.
Oh, absolutely. And I thus went on. My career is, I made that conscious decision. This is the cool thing I'll share with you about my family dynamic. My oldest sister is an international school teacher over in Prague in the Czech Republic. My next brother is in IT, high professional. My next brother is a movie producer director here in Canada. There's me. I have a next brother who's a senior project manager in restoration. I have a Red Seal chef brother who's traveled the world. My youngest sister is in bursaries and grants at a university. I'm the only one that has the untraditional, she doesn't have a real job. But I chose the profession of customer service management. I chose that profession to mirror it out to the world, that when you work with your experiences, that's university. That is university. And
absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's exactly what Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia actually does with our publishing element of our company. We help people to tap into their stories of overcoming, to fish out and flesh out the wisdom, skills, gifts, and talents that they've amassed in them, and show them how to take that information and turn it into a business, starting with a book. Now, some people come to us and they've already got their books published, but they're trying to sell it as a standalone product as opposed to using it as an integral part of what else they have to offer the world. People buy knowledge, people buy experience, people want to get the outcome that you got, but more quickly and with less cost and less time than you had to do to get to it. So they're willing to pay for that. Absolutely. Now, there's something else that is a secret sauce, if you will, to manifesting anything in my mind. That magical, critical component to manifest anything is gratitude.
Absolutely. Ab-
Gratitude.
and I would say it's even dialing it one back. One back is the power of the ask. If we don't ask for what we need, so it arrives in our lives to be grateful for, then we're not going to get anything in this world. I would say that is my secret sauce or my gift. Ask any of my friends, Lisa. I double dog dare you to go onto Facebook and say, hey, what's Jeanette's greatest gift? You will hear that I have this uncanny gift of the ask, because I ask from my heart, because the person receiving the question knows I'm going to stick that response in my heart and be so grateful for it. And then once it sits there, it's like, okay, how can I push it back out in appreciation for that person that I received the gift from? So that is so powerful. There's so many, Lisa, you work with coaches of coaches. That's the toughest thing a lot of people can't get their head wrapped around. My mom always told me, I don't know about your mom and dad, is they say, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. But if you ask the question, be prepared for the answer, because sometimes the answer is not what you thought the outcome was going to be. Be prepared for the answer. And then once you have the answer, to act upon that gift of whatever that answer is.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you're asking it to the right person. How many times have we asked stuff and it's like, well, that person's never, well, don't ask that person. Ask the person that can help deliver you that thing, service, experience, so you can be grateful for it.
I hear you. I get it. And asking is definitely in there, in the top 10. One of the top 10 of my books that I love to reread every year, The Big Ask by Lucinda Cross-Otiti. The Big Ask. She's got an amazing one. But I have really manifested so much of my life from not just asking, but in all honesty, Jeanette, it has been expressing gratefulness. Starting with the first book, Making Miracles in 40 Days by Melody Beatty. That is another one of my top 10s. And just learning how to appreciate every single thing that you already have received, so that the universe can bring you more of that, so that God can send you more of that. And then coupling that with that ask, having the opportunity, the wherewithal to know what to ask. In order to get there, you've got to get quiet. You've got to get still. And you've got to allow God to tap into your heart and show you what he wants for you. Because so often we'll ask too small, and he wants so much for us. I want to hear more from you about the summit that's coming up in April.
Oh, thank you so much for giving me the space to talk about this. Back in January 2019, I was given a book. I'm not sure if you know who Cody Bateman is of Send Out Cards, The Power of
Yes.
Human Connections by my good friend Kathy Fester, who is now the co-founder with me of the Gratitude and Appreciation Summit. I read that book in one day, marked the heck out of that book, tabbed that book. I'm like, wow. So this is how Cody does it, is with a greeting card to show appreciation to people. And I use social media. I make sure I tag people and thank and really promote people. I'm like, well, this is what I do to show, this is my prompt whenever I use social media. Fast forward a couple of months after reading it, I went to a visualization and journaling workshop put on by two very good friends I was their guinea pig. This was their thought process, and said, can you do this? Can you be a guinea pig? And I visually pulled together, they said, draw what's on your heart. Well, I put a stage and different color hearts and trade show tables and breaking bread and showing gratitude and appreciation over food and how you appreciate your car and stories and I wrote poems in amongst the words and in amongst the words in amongst the pictures. And on the Gratitude and Appreciation Facebook page, there's a picture of it on our Facebook. And they went, wow, you're really intentful. You've got quite the vision there. And I said, yeah, it's timely. This world feels broken, and how we're going to put the pieces back together is by teaching people. So I showed the picture to my friend Kathy, who gave me the book, and I said, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And Lisa, I get chill bumps every time I tell this story. For her to step into the yes, she stepped into the yes with me and said, I don't know how we're going to do this, Jeanette, but yes, I'm with you. Yes, because I had this tagline of, because Gratitude and Appreciation Summit stands for gas. So where in your life do you need to step on the gas? Come take a break with us as we shift the world using gratitude and appreciation. And it morphed into last year. We had 2 virtual events. This coming April 24th, we have another 2-hour preview for our big event that happens in October 1st and 2nd. The tickets are only $20, which is that's like $3 American. No, our exchange rate isn't that bad.
Wait. You said October. I thought there was something in April.
Yeah, April 24th, we're doing a 2-hour little preview event. That's the one that's on the screen. That's going to lead up so people, our new people that are going to come, or our existing people that have been before, show what our big 2-day event is going to be on October 1st and 2nd this year. And we've got the Chief Kindness Officer, Randy McNeill, speaking about appreciation. We have Julie Boyer, the Gratitude Guru, who is going to speak about it. We've got a nonprofit that we're going to do a mini telethon. So if you've got a few extra dollars to kind of appreciate our community, it's a very holistic approach to the gratitude and appreciation in the world. We all know if we all just did one little 1% different in the world in kindness, the world would be a much better place. So this is I'm living my legacy, Lisa. I'm living my legacy with gratitude and appreciation with these summits and with my girlfriend, Kathy.
I love it. I love it. And collaborating in gratitude just as a multiplier, an exponential multiplier. I'm telling you, I get it. I so get it. I am looking forward to the summit myself. It is being put on by the Gratitude and Appreciation Summits International. You can get your tickets at GASummit.com for April the 25th, and that's at noon.
It should have corrected. It's actually gratitude.ca.
Okay.
It's .ca.
I got it.
Because we're in Canada.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And we need more gratitude in our lives. I think that it will definitely raise the universal vibrations. It creates the right environment for harmony and love and joy and peace. Just gratitude begets more gratitude. On Sunday, I was I was in my bling zone, Jeanette. I told you I'm hooked. It's like a drug. It's like a drug. I was in my bling zone and I decided to go live in my bling zone. And I was just gonna do some like live bling karaoke because I was feeling like singing. I was feeling like blinging. So blinging and singing, right? Whatever. And I had asked for requests. I guess you could say ask for requests. What should I sing next? What should I sing next? And one of my Facebook friends actually said a song that was one of the songs that we used to sing in church. And so that brought up the feeling of gratitude. And then so everybody was requesting old church songs. So we were literally having an evening of blinging and old church song singing, which was creating an environment of like nostalgia, because I think a lot of us, especially
Yeah.
here in the States, are missing the church experience where we're, in the same room, and also the nostalgia of grandma's church. So not necessarily our church, but like we were babies at church. It was so wonderful, but you couldn't imagine. First of all, I'm on the camera singing and crying and praising God and shouting and blinging. Didn't drop any bling, but I'm blinging. But I had to just take a moment to give thanks. And in that very, very moment, I couldn't remember anything that was wrong in my life. I couldn't remember any aches and pains that I might be having at 53 years old. I couldn't remember any sadness. In those moments of grateful appreciation, of gratitude, everything feels better.
Yes, yes. May I share with you a prayer? Because if we just went to church, this is a prayer that I sent you.
Yep.
And it's this is a prayer that I say every time I leave my home as I get into my car. If I'm going for a walk, I don't, but when I get into my car. And it says,
girl.
"You are the gift," prayer written by Jeanette Y. Martin. Dear God, thank you for the gifts you bestowed upon me yesterday. I'm grateful for the people, places, and moments which arrived in my life. Please keep me safe as I travel the roads of life with this gift, which is me. May I lay the wrappings of self-doubt on the ground with the ribbons and bows which held me together to create the roadmap back to my heart for others to follow. Please keep others safe as well as they are delivering their gifts of self to the world. May I ask you to have them leave their wrappings, ribbons, and bows on the ground, creating a roadmap so I may travel to their hearts. May I ask you to shine your light of love in the darkest places where depression, doubt, diseases, despair live, and shine brightly to heal those places through love and acceptance. In your name alone, I am a receiver. In your name alone, I am a giver. In your name alone, amen.
Amen. I love that, Jeanette. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
I don't think there's any better way to end the broadcast than in that
You are a
moment of
gift.
prayer.
We are gifts. We are gifts to each other.
We
And
are.
and put the bling on, but leave the wrapping off.
I love it. I appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing that. I know that someone will be touched by that message. I want to make sure that you guys who feel connected to Jeanette and her message of gratitude and appreciation will connect with her at moveyourbumchum.com. Moveyourbumchum.com. Now, Jeanette Y. Martin can be found on all of the traditional platforms in the same way. Jeanette Y. Martin, I think, is your handle just about everywhere.
Yes,
If
it is.
not, is it? That's what I thought. So good on you. Great branding. I started my social media after I got married. And so it's, I used to just be Lisa Santiago, and now I'm Lisa Santiago McNeill. Anyway, you can find me. I am Lisa Santiago.
Look for the brightest light on social media, and you're gonna find Miss Lisa.
There you go. And I am excited to continue to bring amazing stories of overcoming to you because here's why. When we share our story of overcoming, we're sharing it from the perspective of the other side of through. If you're going through something, you can see that there's hope in every circumstance. And God is not a respecter of persons. So if you just hold on, you will get to be the lamp for someone else to find their way. I appreciate you again joining, Jeanette. Hang out with me in the green room for just a moment. Let me just wrap things up here. I appreciate it. Did you guys love our special gift? Thank you so much. Dr. Deborah said, beautiful prayer, Jeanette. Thank you for sharing. I love it. And thank you. I'm glad you joined me with Bling Worship and Praise. I guess that's what we should call it, Bring Worship and Praise. I was calling it Blinging and Singing, but that was definitely a praise party. I am the coach's coach. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill. You can find me at IamLisaSantiago.com. I would love, love, love to share your story with my audience, and I would love to find out if we can work together in other ways as well. Please take a moment to share, comment, and like if you're watching us on YouTube or on the YouTube. Please take a moment to also subscribe. Ladies, 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 this is First Friday, and I certainly would love an opportunity to hang out with you. We are having a virtual First Fridays networking party. There will be coloring and singing and celebrating. Please join us. Just go to IamLisaSantiago.com, or you can just get your tickets. If you don't want to get on the mailing list, you can simply get your ticket at bit.ly/something when 2521. That's it. And I'll put that link in the comments so that it's actually clickable. You don't have to type in it because I know y'all don't like typing and working and carrying on. So we're going to make it easy for you. But hang out Friday night. Our ladies are so loving, caring, kind, fun. And we're going to be doing some song associations, some journal coloring, as well as sharing how we can celebrate and support you. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill, and permission to be amazing has already been granted. See you next week.